when I see videos like this, when I see videos like this, I am it constantly reminds me that I understand it basically it's a constant reminder on why men had to pick like men had to pick their daughters' husbands for them in the past. And why it even still goes on today in certain countries, right? Here you're gonna have a woman give dating advice, and she's gonna kind of make it like it is both genders, but she's trying to give the advice specifically for women, and you're gonna hear it. So I don't think in this particular clip she goes to the three things, but she's going to mention one thing that I just want to focus on. And I'm probably going to have to refresh if I want to replay it. But I just want you guys to listen to what she has to say in terms of what you need to run from if she's giving advice to the woman. So if you're a woman, she's saying you need to run from someone if this person does this. So what she considers a red flag.
If you just met somebody or started dating somebody recently and they say one of these three things, do yourself a favor and fucking run. 1, I'm not looking for anything serious. This is not a fucking invitation for you to try to prove yourself to them that look what you're going to be missing out and look how amazing I am and I can get any guy to want me and to be with me, blah, blah, blah. They're telling you they are going to hurt you if you continue with them. If someone is being that blatantly honest up front, trust me, you could literally be the most incredible, perfect woman or guy in the entire planet. It is not going to change somebody if they are telling you that they don't want a relationship. Trust me. And if it is something that you do pursue, that is when you need to look into yourself. Why are you chasing emotionally unavailable people? Why are you going after people? Is it because this is a core wound or a trauma that you have since you were a child, that you have to prove yourself, that you have to show your worth, that you have to win somebody over? Are you going after somebody who's unavailable because you know you're not going to get them and it's a bit safer for you? Start to look into that one if that's something you're going to pursue. 2, you're just too good for me. Listen.
Okay, so we're going to focus on number 1 because that was clearly aimed at women. Now, I don't understand how number 1 what she said in terms of I'm not looking for something serious is considered a red flag. Wouldn't be a red like if somebody's being honest with you about who he is, how is that considered a red flag? That means the accountability goes on you because if he's telling you upfront who he is, then it's on you if things go bad. But like I said, I've been trying to tell people for a long time, particularly when you talk about these friends with benefits situation, they women are not being manipulated out here like they say they are. They go into situations. I'm talking especially now, especially the men that I talk to. They're not lying to these women. They're especially a lot of them with the friends with benefits situation. They will tell these women, "Look, this is we cool. We just friends with we just whatever." And what happens is in those situations, women will literally leave. Will exit that situation, or they'll call it a situationship or whatever, and they will leave crying, blowing up the man's phone, all this stuff. I'm like making stories subliminally dissing him. Dude, I've seen this. It's like it's hilarious. I'm talking about for women that I know that are in certain friends with benefits situation, and they can't handle it. They can't handle just being the side chick. They can't handle it. It always ends in tears on the woman's side, in him talking about he manipulated me, and you're just like, no, he you guys literally came into agreement. You guys came into agreement and you say, yo, we just screwing buddies. That's all we are. But they they go into these situations thinking that they can change the dude. Or they think that they always think that their punani is better than the last girl that he had. They always think that they always think that this is why you'll always have these situations where you have like one dude and then you'll have a whole lot of kids and different baby moms, and the baby moms always think that they're better than than the next. you know. Oh, and this is what I was also going to hit on. The reason why I brought up this is why men had to pick the husbands for the daughters. The reason why, for her to have to bring this up as one of the top red flags for women, that means this is clearly something that women fall for. I don't know how you can fall for somebody literally being honest with you up front. This is the scary part to me, because I did a video similar to this where Paradise Paris, who actually I like her tweets, but when she put the red flags, and one of the red flags she put was, oh yeah, one of the red flags is if a man says, I'm not looking for nothing serious. I just want to have fun. And I'm like, how are those red flags? If he's being that honest with you, but then I had to take a look. I'm like, for her to have to say this, that means this is a constant theme that she hears. And I will tell you this, guy. I will tell you this. Those are the women that always end up crying when they're in a situation like that, where the guy literally told her, I'm not looking for nothing serious. Or if the guy is literally telling her, look, I'm not looking for marriage. The guy will tell the guy, man will tell women, I'm just looking to have fun. They will, and for some reason, especially if it's a guy that she likes, they take it as, oh, challenge accepted. That's why, like, when women are saying that they're being manipulated, they're lying. They're manipulating themselves. The guy did not do none of the manipulating. I'm telling you this. For her to have to bring this up as the number one, how is the number one thing red flag? For her to have to bring it up is if a guy says, "I'm not looking for nothing serious." Let's replay that part one more time. Just to look at what she said. And this is it's really scary when you think about it, that she has to address this. Because what's interesting is, like, I remember coming up with a list for red flags that women should actually look for in a man, or I said like the jobs or whatever. But one day I could come up with a list for women in terms of red flags. I would have never thought I would have to put, I'm not looking for nothing serious. I'm looking at just have fun. I would just think You would just think logically, okay, the guy's being honest with you about what he's looking for. Am I gonna have to put that as one of the top red flags to look for? If somebody if the traffic light says red and you still continue to run red lights, don't be and then you're shocked that one day you crash. I mean, what can I do? I mean, do I have to tell you, like, if you're a new driver or if you're a driver, watch out for red lights? It should already be watch stop at stop signs. I shouldn't have to tell you this. This should be pretty well known, but it looks like when it comes to red flags that women can't overlook, it looks like I'm going to have to put that. And that just shows you the way that women's mind works. It's not logical. It's not. There's no way a woman's mind is just not a man's mind. This is why you can't even really talk to women about these kind of things, and this is why men would choose the husbands for the women, because for some reason, when you leave women to do it, they seem to pick criminals, degenerates, gangbangers, drug dealers, and men that just don't care about them. It's those are I'm not saying they don't choose other kind of dudes. I'm just saying those are the ones that they get their heart broken by people that don't real in terms of these are the first people that they give their heart to. Degenerates, criminals, and men that really that have men that have options. So that can only lead to disaster. Let's replay her part one more time.
If you just met somebody or started dating somebody recently and they say one of these three things, do yourself the favor and fucking run. 1, I'm not looking for anything serious. This is not a fucking invitation for you to try to prove yourself to them that look what you're.
But the way she's describing it, it's scary because this is a constant problem with women. She's probably had to hear that story a million times from women. Oh, my situationship, my that's why I hate the word situationship. I like the term friends with benefits, fuck buddies. You know what I mean? Because it's pretty clear what the situation is there. But when they try, or side chick, I like that side, because it makes it clear that it's not nothing serious. And at the end of the day, whatever comes from it, it's your fault as a woman, because this is not an official thing. But the thing is, with the term situationship, it's almost like they get to put it out like, well, there could have been something there. No, no, there was never anything there. You were a side chick, a mistress, a concubine at best. At best. You know what I'm saying? But for her to have to say this, and for other women to have to say, yo, women, like you can't be going for dudes that are saying, I'm not looking for anything seriously, which shows you that women are not, first of all, that means that shows you that women are not really that smart in terms of picking mates. And second of all, it just shows you that women are not being manipulated. They're just playing themselves and then blaming all men for their own ineptitude. This is a massive problem. If this is something I have to tell you, the red flag to watch out for is a guy being honest with you about what he is, and I have to tell you that. It's really mind-boggling to me and really a eye-opener, especially for me, because I've always been a proponent of women know what they're doing out here, and meaning, or also saying that women are not being manipulated. And this really just helps my cause tenfold. Like tenfold helps my cause.
You're going to be missing out. And look how amazing I am. And I can get any guy to want me and to be with me, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah. And it definitely feeds into the ego, because when they finally meet a guy that's not kissing their ass, a guy that has options, a guy that's really not really tripping over her, she takes it because it's rare. It doesn't happen that often. She's going to be like, bet. Even if he tells her, look, this is not supposed to be anything serious, she's going to take that as a challenge. And she's always going to end up on the losing side, because he's most of the time he's going to mean what he say. Because guys with options, they're not going to fall for a broad like that. They're just not. Most times she's always going to catch feelings and mess up the deal in the first place. But yeah, I always say this. I find it scary that we have to tell. Like I really find it discouraging that I have to tell women, or other women have to tell women, that one of the top 3 red flags to run from a guy is if a guy is saying, I'm not looking for anything serious. And that's, like I said, that advice clearly was for women. Because if a guy is with a girl and she said, oh, I'm not really looking for anything serious, and I just want to screw around, the guy would be like, oh, bet, perfect. I don't have to invest much and I can just smash. What? That's almost like a dream for a guy. But if a man is saying, I'm not looking for anything serious, and he's smashing with impunity, but she's taking it as a challenge because she wants to prove that she can, quote unquote, tame the beast. Like I said, it's not even, when women are, a lot of the things that women complain about men doing to them is just projection. It's just them making up things in their head. So when women are saying, oh, the man I was with, he was a narcissist. No, she was a narcissist. The man, he was manipulative. No, you're the manipulative one. In fact, you manipulated to yourself if you fell for a guy that literally told you who he was in the beginning. For example, let's take Cam Newton's situation, right? That's the situation that's been going viral lately, where he's getting slack for saying he wants more kids, but he doesn't want to get married. But people don't understand. I'm talking about Cam Newton could literally be like, oh, like, you can think it's wrong and all that, but at the end of the day, there are still a whole line of women that are willing to be baby mama number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for Cam Newton. Even though he's told everybody who he is and what his goals are, he's basically saying, oh yeah, I don't mind adding another single mom to my baby mama collection. He doesn't mind. Basically, that's what he's saying. He said, it's at the end of the day, I'm just not getting married. That's just what I'm going to do. So at what point does the accountability go to a baby mama number, whatever? After the 3rd or 4th baby mama, shouldn't the baby mama number 5 be like, or potential baby mama number 5 or 6 be like, whoa, how come you got? You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy how they'll call Cam Newton a red flag for doing this, but he still has plenty of women willing to ride that ride. It is what it is. And like I said, I will one day, maybe one day, if I have time, and it will just be for fun, where I will come up with, because I did a red flag list of jobs that women should avoid when looking for a man. I remember doing that list, but one day I will do a list for women, and I'll be like red flags that you need to avoid in a man. And it's not going to be none of that stupid stuff. But since it happens so much, I might have to add this, and that's sad. That's really sad.